Hi everybody, this is the Baseball Head, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion, your host, the Head, and welcome back to the Baseball Head, and hopefully you like this video. Hit that subscribe button. This is a special report on the Mets minor league system. We had a big performance here, and I wanted to talk about it, also give you an update on what happened with the Mets a little bit, and of course, what happened in minor league baseball. But before we get into this video, I want to let you know that Paul Blackburn is probably going to get released. The Mets going to give him outright waivers, and he's going to be gone. Somebody had written to me on this channel and told me that the Mets that I didn't know what I was talking about when the Mets designated for assignment. I told the person, and I blocked them because I'm not dealing with somebody who doesn't know what they're talking about, and he just went after me. But I told him that when you get DFA'd, you get taken off the 40-man roster, and because the Mets were adding Nolan McLean. When you get taken off the 40-man roster, you have to clear through waivers. Now, he's a veteran pitcher and a veteran player. So in all likelihood, he wasn't going to accept an assignment if he cleared waivers and no team picked him up. So far, no team has claimed him yet. There's possibly some team could pick him up, but he's basically, his career is done with the Mets. Now, this person said to me that he was going to go to the minor leagues. He's not going to minor leagues. A veteran pitcher's not going to do that, especially after he's done with his rehab assignment. He's not doing that. But anyway, he got sent off to the Phantom Zone. I ain't putting up with somebody who doesn't know what he's talking about and getting nasty with your host. But anyway, we got a special report here, and this is about Elian Pena, who's one of the Mets' big prospects that they have. He might be the Mets' best prospect. And considering how well he has exploded on the scene in the minor leagues, he's in the Dominican Summer League right now, but in all likelihood, he's going to be in the stateside next year. He's going to be in Florida next year. And he's had some big days already for the DCL. Elian Pena is sizzling at the plate, and of course, this is from Mets Rise. They sum up all this stuff. The Mets signed Elian Pena to a $5 million club record signing bonus with international prospects earlier this year, putting a bright spotlight on the still 17-year-old. Pena, who is playing his first season in the organization in the Dominican Summer League, is driving so far it had an eye-popping game Monday. Teenage shortstop went 4 for 5, hitting 3 home runs and driving in 6 runs. Pena is now hitting .299 with a .423 on-base percentage, .540 slugging percentage with a .963 OPS in his first 174 at-bats. It is the 54th game for Pena, who began the season at the beginning of June. The funny thing is, Monday probably was not even his best game of the season so far. On June 26, Pena also hit 3 home runs, driving in 8 runs and adding a double to boot, finishing the day 4 for 5. The shortstop leads the DSL Mets orange in home runs, RBIs, walks, runs, and is second in hits, doubles, and stolen bases. Pena was rated the number 3 prospect in the international class for 2025 by MLB.com, behind the Dodgers' Roki Sasaki and Dominican shortstop Josor de Jesus Gonzalez, who signed with the Giants. Pena is on Mesmerized's 7th best Mets prospect. MLB Pipeline ranked him as the Mets' 10th best prospect. He might be the Mets' best prospect. And he might be there very, very quickly. He has all the tools, all of them. Now here we're going to get into what happened, just the action on Sunday. Tyler McGill strikes out 9 in rehab assignment. As you know, when the sun comes up and the rooster crows, Tyler McGill pitches great in April, but doesn't pitch so great in May, and he's hurt in June, and then comes back in September. So he's going to be coming back in September. We'll see what kind of performance he gives the Mets when he comes back. Okay. I would say this as well. I mentioned this quite a few times. The Mets should consider putting Clay Holmes in the bullpen and doing something with this other rotation spot, just to give. I know Holmes pitched well on Sunday, but he's pitching a lot of innings. I don't want to burn him out. And he's still very effective in short spurts. But Tyler McGill struck out 9 batters in his Binghamton rehab assignment. Syracuse was performed by a poor outing from Justin Hageman. Will Watson had another solid outing, although in a St. Lucie loss in Brooklyn, earned the walk-off win behind a Nick Roselli RBI single. The Syracuse Mets lost to the Rochester Red Wings 9-4. Jet Williams, recently promoted, 1 for 3. runs scored, a walk, 1,009 OPS. Ryan Clifford went 1 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. His OPS is 533, recently promoted. Joe Williams on a 5-game hitting streak, keeping his OPS over 1,000. Ryan Clifford has been seen more time in the outfield in AAA and has first error since his promotion. Justin Hageman went 2/3 of an inning, gave up 8 hits, 8 earned runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, and a home run. He pitched really well the last time he was with the Mets. Jonathan Pintaro pitched 2 innings, 3 hits, gave 1 earned run, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. The Binghamton Roma Ponies lost to the New Hampshire Fisher Cats in extra innings, 3-2. AJ Yoon went 0 for 5. Chris Suarez went 2 for 5. Jacob Reimer went 1 for 3. He's also the other Met minor leaguer that hit 3 home runs in a minor league game this year. So he's had a very good season. His OPS in AA right now is 767. William Lugo went 1 for 4. AJ Yoon's had an uneven debut in AA, notching multiple hits in 2 games and striking out 3 times in 2 others. Chris Suarez has gotten the hang of AA, another 2-hit day, but still shows he's rough behind the plate of a pass ball. And, the thing about Suarez, he can play first, he can play the outfield. He's going to be a bit of a utility guy he can catch, too. Tyler McGill pitched 3 1/3 innings, gave up 1 hit, and struck out 9. Reliever Ryan Lambert pitched an inning, gave up a hit, gave up 1 unearned run, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. McGill was practically unhittable in his outing on Sunday, striking out 9 of the 11 batters he faced, walking none but throwing 2 wild pitches. McGill may be on the fast track to Flushing with maybe 2 more starts, getting ready for a September return. Of course, he's got to come back in September. That's what he does. Ryan Lambert continues to dominate, being charged with the inherited runner that scored in the 10th inning, despite not pitching. And the thing is, when he gets here, you never know what you're going to get from McGill. When he got hurt at 22, he pitched poorly, and they tried to put him in the bullpen, and it didn't really work. Last year, he pitched great in September, helped the Mets win the wild card. So you never know what you're going to get out of him when you move. He always pitches great in April, not so great in May, and then he collapses and then gets hurt in June every year. Brooklyn Cyclones lost to the Hub City Spartanburgers. Beat the Spartanburgers 6-3 in 7 innings. Marco Vargas went 1 for 5. Trace Wilhoit, recently promoted to Brooklyn, went 3 for 5 with a double, an RBI, and a home run. Shortstop Colin Houck went 1 for 3. He's been struggling since he got promoted. Nick Roselli went 1 for 4 with an RBI and a walk. On the pitching side, Will Watson pitched 4 innings, gave 1 hit, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. 40 of his 65 pitches were for strikes. Keep an eye on him another year or 2. Right-handed pitcher Haas Brewer pitched 2 innings, gave 2 hits, 1 strikeout. Will Watson struck out at least 5 batters in each of his last 5 outings, striking out 18 and 12 in the 3rd innings. In August, Brett Banks earned the win and has yet to be scored upon in August. The Jupiter Hammerheads defeated the St. Lucie Mets 2-1, and they're really struggling offensively. Antonio Jimenez went 1 for 3 with a walk, strikeout. He was the Mets' number 3 pick this year's draft. Trey Schneider went 1 for 4. Mitch Voigt went 0 for 4. Jeremy Rodriguez went 0 for 2. Mitch Voigt has struck out in 6 of his last 13 at-bats and has yet to have a hit for extra base hits in his first exposure to professional baseball. Jeremy Rodriguez has hit .207 with a .316 on base percentage, .245 slugging percentage on the season, making poor contact but still reached 30 steals due to his strong batting eye. I don't know what kind of, it's a little bit of an odd kind of comment. If you have a good batting eye, why are you hitting 207? And you're on base is .316. Davi Hurtado pitched 4 innings, gave 3 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. Leo Novales pitched 1 2/3 innings and gave up a hit. Hurtado continues to shine during the 2025 season, cementing himself as the Mets' second best left-hand starter behind Jonathan Santucci. Really? Jose Guevara had a good outing as the opener for Hurtado, allowing 0 hits in 3 innings of work, walking 2 and striking out 1. Obviously, we got the update for you, what happened in the DSL. Elian Pena is going to be a guy you're going to be hearing about for a long time, for the next few years. He might be one of these players that flies through the system. He might be one of these kind of prodigies. And People are extremely high on him, and the Mets gave him a lot of money because they were high on him, and it's going to be a lot of fun to watch him go through the system. But more importantly, he's going to be fun to watch him play baseball. He's not going to be in the DSL next year. I would be very shocked if he was. I would expect that they will have him in Florida in the FCL next year and possibly St. Lucie. And if he's in Port St. Lucie, that is something else. That is amazing at 18 years old. But you never know. Players develop differently. And he hasn't matured physically yet. He's going to get there too. That's another thing. And he's already hitting for power. It's going to be quite the ride, getting through the system. But you let me know what you think about this video. And of course, the Mets will be playing on Tuesday in Washington. A 3-game series, big 3-game series against a difficult team because the Mets played them earlier. They played very difficultly against the Mets. So expect a battle with the Mets. And of course, then they play the scum-sucking Braves on the weekend. We keep our fingers crossed to get a game in. Well, thank you for watching. Hit the subscribe button before you go. I'll see you later.